Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium. And anytime the TCU Horned Frogs take the field, they have a standard, a legacy to live up to. One that was established by the likes of Slingin' Sammy Baugh, Davey O'Brien, and LaDainian Tomlinson. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Horned Frogs will boot it away to start the game. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try it over the left side. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but for this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now, it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
At the 35, he's loose. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The Bears have their offense in high gear. Right back to the well. He's just outside the 20-yard line, stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. They'll run the option. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Bears!
Well, you know this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They looked like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. The returner will field it and try to do some business. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Starting to feel a little pressure. Taking a shot on the first play. And the pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. He'll go out of bounds, but he gets the ball back, takes it the other way, and he has created a great sudden change opportunity. And the Bears trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Wants to throw. It's Bennett. Lets it fly. And it's caught. Touchdown, Baylor!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the extra point was good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Power football with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just... more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Off the play fake. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it first down at the 40.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward.
And the ball is picked off. Got room on the return. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, TCU. What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Liberty is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to San Jose State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Kane. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there. Takes a handoff. It's Washington. On the move at the 30.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. The Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Finally stopped at the 20-yard line after a pickup of 6.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Goes to the option. Now the toss. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on 3rd down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Wow, that's a really nice catch, especially considering it comes from a running back. Quarterback's got to do a better job being more accurate with that. You got to know he's not a receiver, right? It's not his natural form. They don't make awkward body catches as gracefully as some of these other guys.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bears! After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Listen, when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Where are my other guys? You got to get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football and make sure you get them on the ground.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He wants to throw. Got it in the middle. It's James. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
They have a first down at the 41-yard line. The aerial assault continues. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Back to work on 2nd and 10 from the 41 after that last incompletion. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's James. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
And the Horned Frogs will line it up on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Caught over the middle. It's Burgess. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
Well, they don't pick up the first down after they catch, but even still, head coach now has a decision to make. On 4th down, is he kicking a long field goal? Is he going for it? It's decision time.
And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. Tackle is made after the first down. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball, I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team, and he comes through big time.
They'll give it to him again. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They'll try to make up for that last one on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did.
Going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
I know it was incomplete, but I'm okay with it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm going to keep taking shots down the field. I'm going to make him honor that deep ball. I'll hit some of those before the game's over.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
We've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his second pick thrown in this game.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Wiggles free. But he can't get away again, and down he goes, and the trickeration is not so tricky. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Dances away. He'll throw one to his right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback here. He extends the play. Nothing open right away. There's a little bit of pressure. He gets to the outside, tries to take a shot down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're working that left side. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Comes out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's going to pass. Looking for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
Back to pass, it's Bennett. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is extended a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Bears will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive. One
play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's James. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide, and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
On target to the left. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got...
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
Offensive players, when they got the ball in their hand... right? Trying to make you miss. There's nothing better than closing that gap and sticking that head right in that guy's chest and causing a fumble.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Now on second down. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They'll have to get it to the 37 on third down. Motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too, understanding the situation. It's third down. We're fine giving up completions right there, but we're not giving up the first down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up fourth down.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. From that spot on the field, you're going to go for fourth and inches every time, but, I mean, you could argue that fourth and inches, you ought to go for it almost all of the time.
I 100% agree. We're definitely going for this. And listen, let's play some offense. Let's have high octane. Let's put some points on the board. We're not kicking field.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frog.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over SMU. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Pressure coming. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Wants to fire on second down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Baylor! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake.
And he's still running after the move. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now 1st down from the 37. Give to the running back. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw is underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Turns it on in midfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. They'll leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there.
Got it. Focus, boys! Focus! Touchdown! It's so close! He's out! On the ready?
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line.
Down.
He's looking to throw. Escapes. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Feeling some heat. Makes the catch. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the... They got him! Big stop in the backfield, and what a stand by this defense to keep points off the board.
And that's the world we live in. You want to be aggressive, you want to get touchdowns, you don't want to kick field goals. Analytics says this. Well, now you get no points. And the defense bows up in a big part of the field, gets the big sack on 4th down and goal.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Bennett. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Bears line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big gain.
Ready.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10.
Easy.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. A shot toward the end zone, and his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, Dave. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Got a lot of running room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Bears! And the route is on. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays, but this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's James. Oh my, circle. Spinderella. Put him in the spin cycle and picked up the 1st down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, great catch, but great read. I love the quarterback understanding. You're going to see the blitz. I'm going to get the ball to my running back quickly, let him get the first down. Nice job by the quarterback seeing that really fast.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. He'll just keep slinging it. Showing the arm strength to the left. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And he's thrown another interception. He'll try to take it back at the 30. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Baylor! They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
They get to him as he throws. And he makes the catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. And the Horned Frogs with the 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Makes the grab. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.
Are you kidding me?
Line getting set on 2nd down. The quarterback takes a knee. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.